Black Ops 6 is by far the most complete package Call of Duty we've gotten in a few years. It has a campaign that's okay, not really great, but it's okay. It has decent zombies, probably some of the best zombies we've seen in a while in the Call of Duty community. It's nowhere near my, like, top tier, but, you know, it's good enough. And it has a multiplayer that at launch was thriving, getting decent updates, good movement, not so new to the point where it's, like, impossible to compete if you don't know how to use it, but new enough to where it was actually interesting to use, especially for sniping. Hitting Omni movement snipes was so fun. And now, around 5, maybe 6 months later, it takes me 15 minutes to find a 10v10 game. You know, and I know we're near the end of a season, so of course, we're near the end of a season. It's gonna be a lower player count, right? That just makes sense. You would think that, right? But I was having this problem basically after like 2 weeks after Verdansk dropped. I was having this problem in MP. I haven't had this problem with Call of Duty in a decent amount of time. Even Modern Warfare 2 2022, I was finding lobbies all the way up until like a few days before Modern Warfare 3 2023's launch. BO6, it's not looking good right now. Now, this video is not just going to be me like bashing on the game. This isn't some blame truth or codfather type of video. I'm not going to be just sitting here the entire time bashing the game. Because like I said, I think it has great movement. The gameplay is fun. Sniping is pretty good. It's not the greatest, but after all the updates we've gotten to it, it's not too bad. We still need to get rid of the no-scope delay. Please get rid of that, Treyarch, please. I'm begging you, Treyarch, please. Please get rid of it, Treyarch. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. I'm begging. I'll do anything. Just please remove the no-scope delay. And another thing that's really surprising to me is this is one of the first Call of Duties in a while where I've actually enjoyed just going for a nuke with a rag gun. I'll do that every once in a while. The last Call of Duty I did that in wasn't last year's, because Modern Warfare 2023, I love that game. By the way, it's probably the best multiplayer experience we have gotten, especially as a sniper, in years. The amount of content, I know it's technically a Modern Warfare 2 DLC, but if you say that, you obviously didn't play it throughout the entire year, because Sledgehammer was slamming down content. Maps they added were great. Guns they added were great. They added the Moors, man. And the bow. Moors was so beautiful in that game. They even added the Kar98k, which a lot of you Warzone people probably have used a decent amount if you snipe in Warzone. I mean, not now, because everybody's using an HDR, because that's like the only viable sniper for Verdansk now, but that's a different issue we'll talk about in a different video. So in today's video, I just wanted to talk about it. Like I said, I'm not going to be bashing on the game completely. It's going to be a little different from my other videos because there's pre-recorded gameplay going on in the background. I usually don't do that. It's usually like live cut commentary type videos, but I just want to do that. And also real quick before we start the video, thank you for all the support on the Blackout video. I think it's at like 1.2k views or something, and it's got like what, 3, maybe 4 dislikes compared to 26 likes. Thank you guys. Only 3 comments, which is fine. I personally don't leave comments on videos, but you know, I interact with all the comments, just to let you know. And so BO6, think back to the launch. Think of how many streamers were playing it. Yes, a lot of them were paid off. That makes it sound so weird, paid off. A lot of them were paid, it was a sponsorship. But even after the partnership ended, a lot of people were still playing it. A lot of streamers, a lot of just normal people. Because the casual players make up over like half of the player base is the casual players that get on every once in a while. So if you can keep them on the entire year, that's how you know a game is absolutely thriving, which I feel like we kind of had with last year's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2023, which is why it was so populated the entire year. I could find a 10v10 lobby all the way up to, I think I found one like within 10 seconds a week after BO6 dropped, and it dropped on Game Pass. BO6, keep in mind, it dropped on Game Pass, so we had a lot of people coming in because you could literally play for $1, because the first subscription, I think, to Game Pass is $1. So people were hopping on because you could play for a actual like single dollar. So why wouldn't you test it out, you know? But think about the launch. The launch was so good. The amount of people playing was great. I had a bunch of friends on the game, grinding the game. Me personally, I got the Dark Matter camo within a week, and then after that, I wasn't really playing with too many people. I'd be talking to them in Discord, but I was doing the zombies camo grind. To my knowledge, though, from talking to friends that were playing multiplayer, it was still full, packed to the brim. You could find lombies. like that. And keep in mind, skill-based matchmaking was ramped up a lot because it was the release of a new game. But you could still find lobbies like that, even with skill-based matchmaking doing its thing that usually makes you take longer to matchmake. Now, just keep that in mind in the launch. A lot of people playing, leveling up their guns, you know, leveling them up either whether it be for Area 99 in Warzone, which was a resurgence map. By the way, we didn't get a big map with BO6's launch until now with Verdansk, which is not really a BO6 launch map for Warzone. It's more so a Modern Warfare 2019 remaster, which I really like. I've been playing Warzone a decent amount, definitely more than I've been playing multiplayer, because like I was about to say, if we fast forward to now, it took me, as I said earlier, 15 minutes to find a 10v10 game during peak hours. Keep in mind, I'm playing on console, I'm playing on PS5. I don't have any of the console-only settings on for matchmaking. I have full crossplay on because I don't mind it. You don't really run into cheaters in public matches. That's more so of a ranked thing I can understand. But I have crossplay fully on. And it took me 15 minutes to find a 10v10 game. And when I got into the game, it was 6v6. And then half of the enemy team left. It didn't fill up. I never had that once during Modern Warfare 2023. I probably wouldn't have that if I went back to it now. And we're talking only like 5-6 months into BO6's launch. I'm having this problem. What the fuck? Now we can dive a little bit deeper. Maybe try and find out why this is happening. Because I can think of a few reasons off the top of my head. First reason, and the biggest reason, and I know I hate beating the dead horse that is skill-based matchmaking, but it's something we gotta talk about because BO6's skill-based matchmaking feels like it was ramped up tenfold, especially when a new season comes out. But this season specifically, it feels like skill-based matchmaking has just stayed at max. And even with a dwindling player count, it's still a decent amount of people, but I think on Steam it's like 90,000. That doesn't account for Battle.net, Xbox, PlayStation 5, you know. It doesn't account for all that stuff. But if you're seeing a trend in players dropping on Steam, you're going to assume that trend goes over to Battle.net, Xbox, PlayStation, all those things. And I mean, it makes sense why it's dwindling. Think of all the games we've had come out. We've had Oblivion Remastered, which I love. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, I think it was earlier this year, or it might have been the end of last year. That game, there's a lot of people probably still playing that because there's a shit ton of content in that game. My first playthrough was 115 hours. I probably experienced like 75% of all the content in the game. But that's still not everything. It's 25%, and that 25% is a big chunk, okay? We have Expedition 33. I think I'm saying that right. I've played it a little bit. I think the game's really good, but they have Expedition 33. We just have a bunch of games that have been coming out. Marvel Rivals is still doing pretty good, and honestly, it makes sense. Even as a long-term Call of Duty player, why would you play Call of Duty when you have all these different games to go and play? Even if you're someone who just likes FPS games, we have Doom: The Dark Ages. You can go play that. I've heard good things about it. I've only heard like 1 or 2 bad things, and it was from not the most credible of sources. That's all I'll say. So why would you go ahead and play Call of Duty, a game that literally doesn't care about you? We didn't get the HDR buffed to the point where it's usable in multiplayer as a sniper until like, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? And it's been out for over a month, I think, at this point. What are we talking about? If you don't know about the HDR, basically beforehand, you had to use the CHF barrel, I think is what it's called, that ups the torso damage for it to have the same amount of damage as, I think, the SVD, which is the Dragunov. The HDR shoots a 50 cal bullet, and it was hit marking more than the Dragunov inside of multiplayer. What are we talking about? On top of that, we had a new SMG come out, the Ladra, which is mediocre at best inside of multiplayer. Warzone, really good, probably the best SMG in the game right now in Warzone. In multiplayer, the mode that I primarily play, because I've played Call of Duty multiplayer since I was literally, no joke, like 4 or 5, I've been playing multiplayer. I used to play split screen online with my dad, and then afterwards I started playing by myself, and that's how I became the degenerate I am today. But in multiplayer, it is absolutely buns. I don't know how else to explain it. It's buns. You can use it, and I've dropped a nuke with it, but it is buns, okay? Warzone, it's great. Same thing with the HDR. When it came out, absolutely fantastic inside of Warzone. 1-shots to the head up to, I think it's like over 2,000 meters. You could hypothetically get a 1-shot to the head. And in multiplayer, I'm hit marking to the upper chest and shoulders. If I get hit with a 50 cal bullet to the shoulder, I'm dead. I don't care even if I'm technically alive. I'm dead. I'm laying down and letting myself bleed out. I'm dead, okay? So it brings this issue where all of the new guns they're adding, not all of them, because the AMAX and Kilo are both good in multiplayer, but a majority of the new guns they're adding, I'm not even going to talk about the nail gun, it's ass in Warzone and multiplayer, but a majority of the new guns they're adding seem to just be balanced for Warzone, because that's where they make the most money. Yeah, the game's free to play, but look at the price of the bundles. I'm talking 30 to 40 Canadian dollars, around like 25 to 30 American dollars for some of these bundles, even more sometimes. That is disgusting. And on top of this, we have rampant issues. I don't know if it's been fixed in Warzone yet, but there was an issue where you would have to put on 3 plates if you were running tempered, which makes it so you're supposed to only have to put on 2 plates, or 4 plates if you're not running tempered. You know how many gunfights you lose because, oh, I put in 3 plates. I should have 3 plates. Oh no, I had 2 plates. I had to put in 4. There's just so many issues right now. And it really makes it hard to try and get myself to get on when we have things like H2M's Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, which is out right now, which is absolutely beautiful, and I plan on doing a video on it. I've just been having technical issues like usual. My Shadow Play is not recording properly. I'll fix that. Why would I play Black Ops 6 multiplayer when I can go play that? A remaster of one of the really, really good games. I'm talking about Modern Warfare 3, the original, by the way, remastered. I'm not being rude. I'm just, I know it's pretty obvious to most of you, but some people didn't play the original games. That's just a fact we have to live with, so they might think I mean MW3 2023, which is perfectly fine, by the way. I'm not going to shame you for not knowing the different Call of Duty titles, especially when they've been named the same thing recently in the Modern Warfare series, like Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, so it can get confusing, I know that. But why would I play that? Hell, why would I play BO6 when I can just, if you have Game Pass, or if you're like me and I already owned it, you can just go play Modern Warfare 3 2023, which is, yes, it doesn't have the Omni movement, and that's a little weird, because I did go back to it recently. I sniped a bit, and I also decided to use like a ray gun and drop a nuke in Modern Warfare 3 2023. It does feel weird not having the Omni movement, because I think Omni movement is really great, but the game objectively felt better because the lobbies I'm getting into are not like playing against straight bots, but you're not playing against, you know, they're not trying to get into the World Champion series of fucking Call of Duty, which is a lot of what I run into BO6 when I'm playing 6v6, because the skill-based matchmaking it's tighter knit in BO6. 6v6 than it is 10v10. That's how it's always been, which is why you'll see a lot of snipers go over to 10v10 once it's added. Another problem as to why BO6 got boring really fast, I feel at least, I don't know if a lot of you agree with this, is the maps are so small. You're getting into an engagement every 10 seconds, which it gets tiring sometimes, man. I'm not a fan of the really big maps like Modern Warfare 2019, where it was sometimes up to like 2-3 minutes, it felt like. Sometimes it felt like 10 minutes before you would get into a gunfight with someone. I'm more of a fan of like classic Call of Duty. You think Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, 2009, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, even Black Ops 4, which was 5v5, if I'm remembering correctly. It felt like I still got into more gunfights, but at the same time, it didn't feel like I was in a gunfight every 10 seconds. All of the maps inside of BO6, except for like, I can't even think of too many, feel like I'm playing Shipment almost, or as if I'm playing small map 24/7, because it's a lot of small maps, and that's what everyone votes for, because more engagements and everything, but it really just kind of makes the game feel boring and more repetitive. I know that's kind of weird to say about Call of Duty. How can it feel more repetitive? You're literally doing the same thing every game, but it feels more repetitive. I don't know why, but it just does. Okay, so this was just a short little video. I think BO6 is a really good game, and I'm honestly excited for Black Ops 7, even though it's technically going to be like Modern Warfare 3 2023, where it's a DLC to the previous game. But here's the thing, Modern Warfare 2 2022, that's a lot of fucking twos, but I personally didn't have like the most fun time on that game. I mean, the snipers need to be given their roses, okay, because they were actually pretty good in that game. The SAB, my baby, I remember you. Even the what was it called, the Victus XMR or something, love it. The intervention was added back in that game, love it. But here's the thing, I had way more fun in the DLC that came out, Modern Warfare 2023. I know I'm doing quotation marks, but it was confirmed it was supposed to be a DLC for Modern Warfare 2 2022, so it's confirmed, even though I'm hitting these quotation marks, it's confirmed. But I had way more fun because it didn't feel like a DLC, because Sledgehammer had free reign, almost free reign, to put in just whatever they wanted, all of the content that we wanted, and just go hog wild, okay? And we had all the weapons from the last game, plus all the weapons from the next game, or the current game, I guess, at the time, Modern Warfare 3 2023. So it just felt so much more fun, especially for sniping, because I think we had, what, like 12 or so snipers in that game that were like viable and bolt action. It just felt so good. So Black Ops 7, if it is a BO2, you know, like sequel, I don't know if they're going to carry over the weapons from Black Ops 6, because it would be kind of weird, except for maybe like the HDR carrying over and like some of the modern weapons they had with this season carrying over, because it'd be kind of weird seeing a MP5 or an XM4 from back in the day all the way up in the sequel to Black Ops 2, which would probably take place in like 2035 or something like that. I'm excited because hopefully Treyarch, because they usually, despite what you've seen with this game, are great with adding new content that makes the game feel fresh for a long period of time, and they're usually really good at that. It's just this year, I feel like, I don't know what happened in the studio, but something happened in the studio is all I'm saying, and it's not something good that happened in the studio. But yeah, that's why I think BO6 is just really in a downfall sort of state. Obviously, we have Season 4 coming out in a few days. I'm excited for it. I'm going to still play it. I'm going to keep playing the game. I still want to try and hit level 1,000. Probably not level 1,000 before the game cycle is over, but I'll definitely come back to BO6, play it, try and get to level 1,000 and all of that. But yeah, I think we just need more content, and we need more balanced weapons. We need to balance the weapons for multiplayer, not just add new weapons and then balance them for Warzone, or in the case of the nail gun, balancing them for neither. Nail gun's ass in both. But yeah, it's been Sly, and sorry for the little bit more of a ranty video, but yeah, I'm hoping to upload twice a week, like I said. I know last week I missed the mark. I didn't upload twice a week, or twice last week, but yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We upload twice a week, maybe 3 times if I'm feeling adventurous, and we don't just play Call of Duty. I know that's the last few videos on the channel. We don't just play Call of Duty. I do play other games, and yeah, peace.